Welcome Brawlers, I'm the Hermit and today we're going to be playing Vv'viza Orbital Overseer. For 1, a green, a blue and a white, we get a 4/4 Jellyfish Advisor, Flying Vigilance. When Vv'viza enters, we get a planet from the planet spellbook and it enters tapped. Also, whenever we attack, we make a lander token, a 2/1 artifact with flying that we can sacrifice to search for a basic land. That said, we don't run that many basics, we run one of each, and also the snow covered, because we are playing Field of the Dead, since we are in 3 colors, might as well. Then the deck is going to look like a tempo deck, which means we have creatures we want to attack with, so that we keep generating the flyers. So we have cards like Stature, can be blocked for a long time. We can later power up to put counters on her. We also have Hydroponics Architect. We have Skrell, Mother of Runes, Giver of Runes to make creatures able to hit. Guide of Souls to give flying, as well as a couple of other flying threats or threats that can be blocked. Service Binder, Diversion Unit, Malcolm, Suspicious Stowaway, Wondrous Wasp. The Storm Drake has flying, but we obviously want to use it to trade for our opponent's commander or their best creature. Then we also have Derevi and Ang, so we have a little more interaction with the creatures once they are on the board. And a couple of Planeswalkers in Teferi, Tamillo, and Wandering Emperor. This way, with Teferi we have a little protection similar to Voice of Victory, but Tamillo draws us some cards, and Wandering Emperor is nice for the offense or defense, whatever we need. Also, Elspeth, we don't care that much about the flying, but putting the counters and giving and creating soldiers is also a decent way to finish a game. For some card draw, we have Reconnaissance Mission, Enduring Curiosity, as well as a couple of cards that draws 2 or more cards. So Legend of Kuruk, Riddles on the Dark, Stock Up, and Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise. We also run Fantastic Elasticity. I still like the flexibility of being a removal or returning a spell we can cast later, either a counter spell or some card advantage, so that should be nice. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue and see if we can tempo out some mythic opponents. Yeah, this hand might not be the best. Giver and Curiosity are good cards, but Split Up and Scolding are pretty much dead. Okay. Here, this one is better, so let's try it. Okay, they have Thoughtseize. Definitely not ideal. Okay, they take the card advantage, which means they probably have removal. And they are going to fire it on our stuff. Deep Cavern Mat. We wonder what they take. Of course it's going to be Malcolm, so. Yep. I think this opponent might have it. If they play Liliana, we have no counterspell in hand, so Preacher of the Schism. Okay. So let's play Starting Town. No attacks. Okay, let's play our commander. Yeah, they have something there. Don't love it. Bitter Triumph. Maybe we should keep it in the graveyard. That I didn't think about that. Think to those to draw a card. Okay, there's no out. The Guide of Souls. So yeah, we probably needed more counter spells for this matchup, but the first hand wasn't going to cut it, so okay, GG's. Yeah, I think they get shielded. Maybe we could... Okay, I see. The biggest mistake here was actually thinking sending away the split up. This would be a decent place for it. I guess if they get shielded, then we just take her out. But still, they had all the removal and they had the disruption, so GG's. Okay, so against Katara, if we get another land, we might be in a decent shape. If we get 2 more lands, I think we are happy. All we need is those lands, for sure. Opponent is taking their mulligan. Okay. So they went to 5. That was a lot. And I'm still debating whether... Yeah, there's probably an argument that the Rev is actually a better commander than this one, but than Vv'viza, but... Yeah, sure, Moxamber, but you cannot cast your commander for a while. Galturor. But... Yeah, someone in the comments said they wanted Vv'viza because they love the Edge of Eternities. So I figured we might as well play Vv'viza. That said, the cap is not the greatest. Okay, so Boomerang basics. Stature. Unfortunately, we didn't get a land. But we still have a couple of draws. Well, at least one from Veil of Summer and then one from next turn. That is if our opponent chooses there to use Boomerang basics here. Okay, there we go, it's a land. Dobbin's Beatdown. Yep, we keep the land. It would be a little better for us if it was green, but we are not missing the color per se, so it's fine for us. Yeah, I think we send Katara away. The Revi... Yeah, the Revi is going to go. Oops, I forgot I clicked the wrong thing there. So Katara is going to resolve, unfortunately, because of that. However, we can bounce her with elasticity. And we also have a decent amount of creatures for now. Also Stature, a decent mana dump in the cases where we got Evendo. Opponent is only at one card in their hand, so I think it's only fair that we bounce Katara. Fading Hope. Do we want the elasticity back? The rebound, I mean. Yeah, and I guess it's also better if our opponent doesn't get their scry. Is it a scry? Yeah. They concede to that. Yeah, their mulligan definitely hindered them a lot. So. Also, I was thinking if this was a counter spell, maybe we let it go and then split up after combat and using a Bendo. But since they bounced, the math was a little different. GG's for now. Okay, Yuriko. Unfortunately, I think we're going to be slow with our lands. But Stasis Field on Yuriko is an sight to behold for sure. Not only does it lose its abilities, but they cannot send it away. Moxamber. Yeah, that's annoying. I think we force spike. Well, force of negation using force spike. A counter spell as a backup for a free spell? Okay, that's... unfortunately, not enough backup. Yep, and they might have a flare, maybe force of will. If it's days, we can pay for it. But mana drain being double blue means we... okay. Opponent is also just running the timer out. So no attacks and pass. If they have Flare of Malice, we are going to be unhappy, I think. I guess we consult here for only one. Force back, sure then. Let's get a Mendo. I think we're gonna skip the attack for now. Well, the station. That probably means they have removal and a spell to follow up. Maybe they have bounce removal. Oh, Kaito, and they are going to tap.
Just in time to save the day. Sit down. Rethink your life.
So I think then we exile here. Or actually, yeah, we should exile anyways. Force of Negation. Okay. So I think we attack Kaito, create a lander token, and keep up mana drain for later. Yeah, so here our biggest strength is the fact that both Vv'viza and the lander tokens are all going to be
Never
players.
need my skills.
Yeah, this is okay. Well, the Profane. Let's mana drain that. Ooh, this is not ideal. Yeah, insta block from opponent. Advisor. If our opponent pluses to make their emblem again, I think we're in a position to attack Kaito. If they go for the attack, what do we do then? Guess we block. They use Kaito to keep our commander tapped. Ooh. Shadow of Mortality. Okay. So here we Riddles in the Dark. A counter spell and a tap land versus unknown cards. Let's see what they give us. Okay. So if those are the cards, I think it's fair to... This is still the same color, what? Yeah, okay, so we can give it unblockable from black. Attack Kaito, create a lander.
Okay, now let's run away.
Yeah, Futurist Operative, Tsukumasawa. That's not a good card in this situation. I guess we jump block with the halfling. Here we have a faster clock than opponent. They are at 5. And we have protection, so yeah, we probably chump block again. And you see the power of Stasis Field. The reason that why we play this instead of some of the other auras, even though they have flash, is exactly because Yuriko is such a powerful commander in the current meta. So getting her under the Stasis Snare is probably one of the best things you can do. But to be fair, they can always remove it, remove their own commander, or use Flare of Denial, Flare of Malice, in order to just send it back to the command zone. Yeah, and tapping Vv'viza bought our opponent some turns, but in the end we came out on top. Also, yeah, their attack where we traded that for... what was it? I guess it was a lander token. That was definitely a mistake from opponent. GG's. Okay, and for some reason, there seems to be a Yuriko party here. Ideally, we get a fetch land. Triton Shorestock. But less than ideally, a white source is also decent. Changeling Outcast. Are you going to spell pierce this? Commandeer. Okay. Yeah, that's not the worst. Again, if we get a land, we are happy, but otherwise we might be begrudgingly still in the game. Oh, and this means they don't have a colored mana. So, but unfortunately they draw 2 cards with the Outcast. That's the downside. So, I guess... Stasis Field on Yuriko. And pray for a land. Yep, they run out their creatures, I guess. Yeah, definitely not ideal. But the land is a land after all. Now, if we could only get a white source, I think we probably have a better chance than opponent. That's not great. So let's stay on defense. Sure. I think since the Outcast is a ninja, it will trigger the Prosperous Thief. At that point, we will use the Shanastite Binder to stop it from having abilities. Nexus of Fate. Oof. That is rough. But I guess it's only 2 damage, mostly. Yeah, they are not drawing cards, they are only chipping away out of life. Oh, target ninja can't be blocked. Okay, so 4 damage. Yeah, I think we concede here. Yes. That color screw definitely hit us hard. Otherwise, if it was a white source, I think we could use Voice of Victory, another defender, and then probably humiliate on one of their other creatures. GG's. Also, I guess we have the option to play our commander, which is maybe better. Another one where we might have no white mana, but I think for Spike, Diversion Unit, Force of Negation are a decent combination. Phineas is Archer, so they want rabbits or tokens. Okay, Signet, I think we counter that. This is neither, but it also benefits from playing those types. Starting down. And it's an Heir Apparent deck, of course. Let's use the Tidebinder on the frog here. Here I think we play our commander. Get a planet. And do we want to attack? Maybe. Yeah, because making lander tokens to block them should be a decent play at the very least. Okay, they trade for a Heir Apparent. That's another choice for a blocker. But we take it. Stasis Nerf. Okay. Yeah, up to the command zone. Okay, no blocks. So, if that's the case, I think we could always replay our commander. But I like the idea of using and channeling here, so we have Field of the Dead online next. Actually, we already could have Field of the Dead, so I didn't think about that one. But yeah, since we already were in combat. Okay, let's play Ang. We will airbend the air apparent. Oh, opponent seems to have something. Snakeskin Veil. Sure. So airbend there. Up to it. All right. So I think we. If we attack, they will block. So maybe there's not a great point in doing that. I think we just end the turn and see what they do. They might draw a card with Phineas here. But if they attack, we can block pretty much everything. And we have a strip mine, that's nice. Let's destroy their forest. Attack here. And we can station for some. Actually, maybe we station fully. It's 3, so maybe we wait on it. Yeah, that's gonna name green. Okay. So what we want to do is block here, here. Actually, let's trade all of those. Debate here. Water bend here. And the opponent concedes to that. Yeah, that's kind of what we wanted to do most games. But I think we still might need some more card advantage. We'll see. The Queen of Dale. Alright. So this should be white or Guide of Souls. The first non-creature, okay. Cloud, I think that deserves a Force Spike. We do have the land there, but maybe we want an untapped one. Okay, let's get them their recruit. It seems like they might have protection, restoration magic. Okay. And do they get a creature or not? They do. Discarding farewell. Okay, so that's unfortunate for us. But hey, it seems we can cast Dig Through Time. So let's... Service Binder is good. Reflecting Pool is also great. Captain America's shield. Yeah, they tap Guide of Souls. So, what's the play here? Yeah, let's trade the Guide of Souls for a lander token. Thanks, Iceberg. Okay, Basilisk Scholar, I don't think that will help. But Waterbending to Scry 2 actually will. We already have Bevendo, so maybe we get another one. Authority of the Consuls, Fairy Dal Retreat, and the land. Do they make a cat? No, they buff their team. Okay. I guess we might need to Boseiju here. Because for sure that retreat can kill us. I guess we pass like this. We can block. Obviously, they are going to tap something with the queen. And while that is fine, we can just block and sacrifice the lander before damage. Iron Man armor. So here we block like that, and then great for a land, and obviously this binder is going to be great for us. Woo. Yeah, let's steal their commander, I think. Yeah, we are going to make the Iron Man armor have no abilities. They can re-equip, but we can always block. And sacrifice to search for a basic. So this has hexproof from abilities, which probably means we want to remove the abilities from the shield. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So we don't mind trading the lander for the Stormdrake, and obviously we can block the armor. Okay, that is another valid play, so... yeah, I think we should gain some life here.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me.
I mean, it's still tapped, so activating the armor does nothing, unfortunately. Okay, an opponent concedes because we can put a counter, attack with our commander. It has first strike, so we are not afraid of a block or two. GG's. Yeah, I guess it was good that we took the retreat. Opponent has drawn lands mostly. So, good looking out there. Okay, Superior Spider-Man and... Touches, that's fine. I guess the worst they can do is take Dig Through Time. The other cards are decent. But the fact that we are getting one of them in the graveyard is good news for us. Psychic Frog. Right. So... yeah, let's cast the Wasp here. Bitter Triumph. That's not ideal. Let's see if we get some removal here, otherwise we are in deep trouble. Yeah, especially because they can discard. That's not removal. Okay, I guess let's this cycle there. They are going to, if they grieve here, they take one card, then they Superior Spider-Man, take another. So, okay, yeah, that is, I guess, ooh, okay. I guess they didn't have another land for their commander. Disruptor Flute, sure. How many cards are they willing to discard here? Is it all of them? Just the creatures. Yeah, just the creatures. That is a land. Fortunately for us. The good news is opponent is just only has the Psychic Frog as their creature. Bad news, however, is everything else that's happening to us. I guess we don't have any more surveillance, unfortunately. Necromancy. Let's return that to their hand, to their top deck, I mean. A Wandering Emperor. So we are not out of the woods yet,
You're just
or it seems we live another turn.
go.
We name advisor because we have another advisor in the insect one from Edge. Superior Spider-Man. Okay, let's see what they get with it. Overlord of the Belmork. Oof. Yeah, not ideal. They have a grief. I guess we get a Bendo.
Guards, to me.
And we kind of want our opponent to grief. Ooh, they grief using Necromancy. Yep, we only had a breeding pool. Fatal push. That's unfortunate, but I think we can keep on living here. Kiora. Oh, she already is bad for us. Probably the worst card they could have discarded. Guess we should name Shieldred, I think. Deadly Relic. Yeah, that's bad. Liliana of the Veil. Okay.
Those who get in my way.
Guess if we don't draw another... If we don't draw Split Up, I think we are safe conceding. Actually, even if we split up, this 8-8 is gonna kill us. So, yeah. GG's. Console the star charts. Do we have the mana for this? Think so. Destroy all tapped creatures. Okay, they are far away from casting their commander, so at least there's that. Meanwhile, here we probably consult again. Buried alive. Yeah, so that was clutch, but I don't know if that's gonna save us. All I know is we are alive for now. If they have reanimate, I guess we lose. Probably no matter what. Yeah, because they just bring back She Aldred. Agent of Treachery, Lurker in the Deep, Summon Bahamut.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Let's consult again. Okay, those are nice cards. Yeah, I think we might want the Vito. Let's play Witch Enchanter, destroy their flute. And we should probably station. I think if they make us discard, we send the Vito. Hopefully they just want to destroy the Witch Enchanter. Persist. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay, they make a sacrifice.
One of your friends has
So
to leave.
that's something at least. Yeah, we're hanging out by a thread for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if opponent has an unexpected way to win. But having to counter spells definitely bodes well for us. Subtlety, okay. That gets mana drained. Shock Dream Render. Oh, they respond with their own mana drain.
Dream big tonight.
Okay, they are going to mill themselves. They get their 3 mana here. Force of Will, that is awesome. I think we need to draw more cards here and pressure our opponent, so let's attack them directly. Not a shock. I think that's our win con here. Stature, that's a good one. So it's do or die for opponent. Winter Night Stories. Yep. No Cavern of Souls on opponent side, so Force of Will saves the day. That was crazy. I still can't believe we won that one. Really. Yeah, I guess that split up plus fantastic elasticity made all the difference in the world. I do love those cards, especially elasticity feels like a pet card of mine at this point. So yeah. Obviously there's a chance that if we had something like Wrath of God, Supreme Verdict, we would use it with split up, and then instead of split up we run that Wrath and then use the elasticity for my value, but yeah, the fact that we got the exact combination of those two was probably really insane odds for us. But we got that, so I guess better looking that good, and in this case, we were also good enough to identify that's how we stay in the game. And obviously, a shock, probably not the best choice of card. It's fine, but since this is competitive, those kind of little mistakes can add up sometimes, so GG's. Honestly, I think that's probably the best game to end up when the video. I still feel really great about winning that one from the brink of death, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Really felt good. So I did make some changes. You might see we no longer have the Revi. And honestly, there is an argument for removing Tamillo as well. But the main thing is I added another attacker in Shoreline Looter. And also I removed, I guess, Celestial Land, and added 2 more blue because we are more based around blue. So should make it a little less awkward. I added the fast lands also, so we have the mana earlier. It was a little awkward at first, but yeah. So if you yourself want to make changes, the few spots you can use are Veteran Survivor. We didn't see it, but if you get it earlier, if you start it in your fetch lands, maybe your opponent's fetch lands, it just grows into a hexproof creature, which is nice for later, but it does take a while, so if you draw it mid or late game, it's not going to be ideal. Also, I guess some of the other creatures, I think Guide of Souls is not at its best here, especially because, well, it has a little synergy in that he makes tokens with, you get the energy with the tokens you make with Vv'viza, but still it's slow, so it's at its best when you can trigger the putting counters immediately or as soon as possible, so maybe you can change that. What this deck probably could use is some more looters, especially stuff that can be blocked or has flying. I like that synergy with being able to attack for Vv'viza. Or maybe just other, something like the bird. When it enters, you exile a spell. And also the spell queller itself. Those are nice replacement for these cards if you feel like you need to. They might have a reason to stay because against more aggressive decks they can act as blockers in a pinch. But maybe that's not a good enough reason, so. Stature we didn't see too much. And the fact that the only game we saw was the last one where we were already winning, so we didn't get to see it. But if we get a Vendo, we can dump a bunch of mana. Power up is only once, but if we time it correctly, we should have plenty mana, and this is just going to hit for hopefully lethal, so that's why I keep her. But like I said, some of the other cheap creatures you can trade maybe for some other utility creatures, maybe some other creatures that remove abilities or exile, like Skyclave Apparition, that also could be useful. But for now, I don't think I will make the changes. Like I said, I do recommend them, and especially Legend of Kuruk is also another one you can trade for other type of card advantage, hopefully some instant speed one. But I do like that with the Vendo, sometimes we get to transform Kuruk and we have a bunch of creatures, so we get an extra turn. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. I'm the Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.